Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is PMS, subject Social Studies, grade 7, lecture number 52. Chapter number 15, The Struggle for Freedom, page number 70 and 71. The Government of India Act 1858. What is meant by Act? The laws which are made by legislature is called Act. This Act was passed just 1 year after the War of Independence by the British. The British realized that Western culture and ideas could not be forced on the Indians. Secondly, India was too large to be governed by the East India Company, a private trading company. The first Government of India Act was passed in 1858. When it was passed? It was passed in 1858 by the Parliament in London. The second features mainly that British government would govern with the help of a viceroy living in India, to be assisted by a legislative council of selected British members. Steps were taken to educate the people. 3 universities were set up in Bombay, Madras, and Calcutta. However, the Muslims did not welcome these steps. They were against the British because of the dismissal of the Mughal rule. The Indian Consuls Act 1861. This act is regarded as the first step towards independence because it allowed some Indians to be in Viceroy's Legislative Council and the provincial councils. The Indian members were not elected but nominated by British authorities. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. What did Sir Syed Ahmad Khan emphasize? Education in science and technology. He emphasized education in science and technology. He started the Anglo-Oriental School in Aligarh, which later became a university. He tried to establish friendly relations between the Muslims and the British. His views were beginning of the two-nation theory because he thought that a huge country like India could not be controlled by any single government. He planted the idea that the Hindus and the Muslims should be given political power separately. Britain learned too late after the War of Independence how it had neglected the education of the subcontinent. But Muslims refused to attend the newly opened universities. Meanwhile, the Hindus were streaking ahead, having accepted the value of education and were filling the best post available to them. Sir Syed Ahmad Khan tried desperately to show how this was a mistake and that the Muslim community must acquire education if it was to succeed. He found what was to become the Aligarh University to give Muslims a chance of higher education. Note your homework. Do reading of chapter number 15, The Struggle for Freedom.